Hey folks, it's Maxie here and welcome to another episode of TEW2020 with AEW. You're back for another episode of Dynamite, just 10 days away from our next pay-per-view, which is our season finale of All Out, number 2 of course. So we're hoping to build to that, we're hoping to have a good show, and yeah, we have a few interesting developments on today's show. Disappointingly, I tried to make a purchase of Daniel Bryan, or Bryan Danielson. We gave a very good offer, more money than WWE, but unfortunately he, despite saying he was seriously considering our offer, decided to stay with the WWE. And we also approached Bray Wyatt, and he was happy to stay loyal to WWE, so would not sign an exclusive deal, which is fine. I need to stop signing people, I get that, even though more are coming, because I just want to obviously, get away from real life AEW and just kind of bring a bit of fantasy into the save, but at the same time, you want to attack WWE, you want to make this a war. So unfortunately, neither of those names will be signing. But anyway, we're getting ready for another episode. We're at the same place as always, the drum roll please, Knoxville Civic Coliseum. Hopefully we can get a better attendance than last week. That was pretty poor. If we can get close to 6,500, I'd be delighted, because we were way off last week with obviously an ever-improving economy and wrestling industry as well. Before we start, as always, thanks very much for taking the time out to watch the video. As I say, any comments on this, wrestling in general, your own TW saves, let me know please. Always happy to try and make this channel as sociable as possible and get as much discussion on the go as we can. And please check out the links in the description below. As I say, all the best sources for TW stuff, whether it's mods, the actual game itself, patches, and of course some more written and verbal TW content. So now we've got that out of the way, let's crack on with some more AEW Dynamite. That's much better. 6,500. That's a sellout. Much better than last week then, so a good gate for tonight's show. And we'll open up the show with JR, Tony Schiavone and Excalibur running down some of tonight's matches. We'll see Nikki Storm make her All Elite Wrestling debut, in-ring debut, as she takes on the Top Ganjan, which is of course B. Priestley. Broken Matt Hardy will be in action as he faces Superbad Kip Sabian, with of course Penelope Ford in his corner. And our main event will see the Dark Order's Evil Uno take on Jon Moxley. We'll also see Cody team up with Hangman Page, as they will at least try to get some contact with Chris Jericho and Cash Wheeler. But as for now, Cody is in the ring. Take it away, Cody. So 46 promo there, and some pretty decent matches put on tonight's show. Cody says last week Chris Jericho issued a very interesting proposition for him to face All Out next Saturday. He says, everything I've done in my career, every bit of blood, sweat and tears, every sacrifice has led me to AEW. So of course this wasn't a decision I could take lightly, with Chris wishing my role of EVP of this company being on the line. That being said, if you really want something, you'll gamble all to ensure you get it. And I want to destroy Chris Jericho. I want to not only beat him, but I wish to end the Inner Circle. So Chris, my answer to that is yes. As for tonight, you team up with Cash Wheeler against me and Hangman Page, and maybe, just maybe, I'll get the pinfall over you tonight, thus I'll not even need to go to All Out. So 74 promo from Cody, hyping up the match between him and Chris Jericho, and of course the tag team match coming up tonight. So yeah, I'm looking forward to Cody v Jericho with a lot on the line. But Cody could get the upper hand if he can get the pinfall over Chris Jericho this evening. Got the crowd hotter, so a good way to get into the show. Our first bit of in-ring action was a decent matchup that saw the team of Trent Beretta and Orange Cassidy defeat MJF and Wardlow in 10-20 when Trent Beretta pinned Wardlow with a fast roll-up, so the big man wasn't expecting it. He had the worst in-ring performance with a 40, everyone else was pretty good there, and the overall match was a 56, so yeah, not ideal for the big man, and a good win for Trent Beretta. Then had a hype video shown to promote Deonna Purrazzo. This time we got a 16 rating. She's slowly getting over. And then our next thing in the women's division didn't have a lot of heat and terrible wrestling, as Hikaru Shida defeated Priscilla Kelly in 8-19 with a Majo no Injeki, I think that is. and Geki. Anyway, 32, Shida with 41, Priscilla with 36. I actually thought that's decent in terms of in-ring performance to the rest of our division. But yeah, the fans just weren't too happy with it, so they cooled the crowd a little. And again, expressing the ever need to improve our women's division. The match is over, and Hikaru Shida picks up the win over Priscilla Kelly before she heads to the back whilst the Dark Order's music plays. Evil Uno, Stu Grayson, Alex Reynolds and John Silver, who are in their masks, come to the ring and they surround her. She doesn't look scared, which is the strange thing. They enter the ring, round about her, and she just looks at Uno before she nods at him and she says, "Take me to him." They walk to the back and the Dark Order slowly follows behind her. Very iffy angle to write, I'm not going to lie, but yeah, I didn't want to do like a full-on abduction storyline, that was a bit too OTT. But yeah, as I say, she's going to go and meet with Brody Lee, and could we see Priscilla Kelly as part of the Dark Order, which would be strange, but anyway, at 27. She didn't do well without a script to follow. Next up in the women's division, a decent matchup here saw Nikki Storm defeat Bea Priestley in 10-19 with the Perfect Storm, a 57 rating. There's your difference right there. A 62 for Nikki, a 38 for Bea Priestley, who the fans weren't really thrilled to see, but it just shows you, Nikki Storm can take this division to new levels, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what she can do in AEW. Nyla Rose, though, comes to the top of the ramp and cuts a promo, and she says, "Nikki, in just 10 days, I'm going to do to you like I've done to the rest of this division. I've squashed each and every one of them, and your fate will be no different, bitch. I've conquered many different obstacles to get here. I'll destroy you and any other Storm that tries to get in my way." So Nyla really pissed off at the fact that Nikki Storm's here, and she says she's just going to squash her little bug, and she is going to remain the AEW Women's Champion. Next up in a decent match, I had Matt Hardy defeat Kip Sabian, again jobbing out in 10-29 with a twist of fate. It's nothing personal, I promise. He's really good at his role, and I don't have many heels that can do the job, so I'm trying to protect a lot of them. But a 54 rated match up here, it gives Matt the victory, and yeah, both pretty level in performance. As Matt get declining physical, yep, and inconsistency. We really need to tap into this broken Matt character instead of just giving him occasional matches. Next up, we had a decent matchup that saw Christopher Daniels defeat Shawn Spears in 9:39 with the last rights. A 53 rated segment here, a 48 for for Daniels and a 52 for Shawn Spears. Good win for Daniels, and as you can imagine, that means that he is going to be the next entrant in the Casino Ladder match for the #1 contendership for the TNT Championship. So a 47 for that. Sad to announce that Christopher Daniels is retiring in 3 months' time in game, so we're going to give him a big opportunity in that championship Casino Ladder match to see who wins. But yeah, not ideal, but he is 50 in game, so, and in real life as well, so yeah, we'll give him a wee free before he retires and hopefully becomes a road agent. Commentary team, and now we're going to run down some of the confirmed card, including new matches for All Out 2. Some you may have heard of already, some you've not. We've had it announced that MJF will go one-on-one with Trent, given the bad blood between him and Wardlow with the best friends. We've of course got our Women's Championship match as Nyla Rose defends against the unpredictable Nikki Storm. The Elite will all be in action, as this just in is Kenny Omega, Hangman Page, and we'll have a tag team partner that is the man Matt Hardy, as they will face the Death Triangle in a 6-man tag. Two of the best tag teams in the world will square off as the Young Bucks will face Santana and Ortiz, and of course the match for the EVP of AEW, Cody, will take on Chris Jericho, plus of course the AEW World title match with Brody Lee challenging Jon Moxley. All of this to come in 10 days time, plus the Casino Ladder match, possibly with what to be included on top of that. So a 48 rating because it was judged on the overness of Tony Schiavone, Excalibur and JR. What a card, but I'm happy with it, and yeah, we'll see if anything does get added to that, because there are just a lot of guys that are, and girls that are not on that show. Co-main, and about that had great heat and decent wrestling. Cash Wheeler and Chris Jericho defeated Cody and Hangman in 14:27 when Jericho pinged Hangman Page with a code breaker. We'll just say it was a Judas effect following interference from Pentagon Jr. So a 67. This was our Steal the Show match. I believe Jericho probably struggled with that at 14 minutes all out. But in terms of in-ring performances, Jericho by 58, Cody and Hangman 66, Wheeler by 61. One storyline advances, the other did with losing heat as well. But it did get the crowd buzzing, so hopefully they'll enjoy the main event. I'm assuming here we'll have Jericho declining physical ability. Yep. It's one of those things. We need a really strong main event or we are losing pop here. And about that had good heat and decent wrestling. Jon Moxley defeated Evil Uno in 12:05 when Evil Uno was disqualified, when Brody Lee ran in and attacked Jon Moxley. Disappointingly, just a 71 here. This would have been even higher if Mox wasn't off his game, so I think we might just lose Pop and no more. But in terms of moving the storylines along, yeah, I think we've done that fairly well. We've worked on the lower card of All Out as well. But we end the show. Brody Lee causes the DQ and he starts attacking Moxley with lefts and rights, whilst Evil Uno gets back to his senses and joins in the attack. Brody Lee holds Mox against the turnbuckle and Uno nails him with a splash. Mox then bounces off and Brody Lee nails him with a big boot. Uno then lifts him up, Moxley staggers a little bit and Brody Lee hits him with the discus lariat. Lee then picks up the AEW title, lifts it afloat, posing with it, before he drops it on the chest of Jon Moxley. So a 63 there. Obviously Grayson's got his injury, so I didn't want to put him in this type of angle. And yeah, he came out of it looking excellent. Uno underperformed. I think we'll probably get about a 67 here, which will drop us in a few places. Yeah, 67, there we go, good guess. So whilst we did move a lot of stuff along, we never really had the matches or the promo there. There's nothing there I would say that justifies a higher pop rating there, so a bit disappointing, but at the end of the day I did say not every wrestling show is consistent and fantastic. You're going to lose pop along the way, and that's just one of those things. So overall, a 67, and we'll take it back to the main screen and we'll see what's going down. But I feel like we did make a lot of progress here in terms of what we're looking to book going forward. We got here Steve Corino to re-sign with NXT, Murphy stayed with WWE. I just didn't feel like he was worth poaching. Get that many heels on the roster. As for AEW Dark, we'll quickly cover that with Chris Statlander defeat the Bunny in the opener. We had a music video for Hikaru Shida. Again, just try to get them over. Deonna Purrazzo defeated Jamie Hayter. We had Evil Uno defeat Brandon Cutler. A promo from the Dark Order. A promo from Jurassic Express. And then we had the Luchasaurus defeat everyone's favourite jobber, Peter Avalon. So, yeah, overall, they've done its job. Billy Gunn's contract's ending, we'll get that sorted. Arn Anderson's on a new contract, which basically means we're paying him so much less like 400 a show rather than what we're giving him a month. And a 1.44 on television. So I'll call it there. I'll fix out Billy Gunn's contract, and hopefully I'll see you next week for the next episode of Dynamite. And of course, after that, we will have. I say next weekend game. It's probably the next couple of days, or maybe even tomorrow, depending on the schedule when this will go live on YouTube. But thanks for watching. Take it easy, and hopefully I'll see you for some more TEW2020 content. And of course, if you're enjoying this, also on Twitch at 21Maxwell as well on there. We'll be streaming some WWE stuff as well. So thanks for watching, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.